So in question 99, we start out with a graph. So again, we'll start out by analyzing that without reading the question, so we can think through this clearly. So we have our Oizerga, our origin 0, 0. Y-axis is d, or distance, we think, and the x-axis is t. The intercept, there is a y-intercept, and that y-intercept is 0. There's no x-intercept. The slope is change in distance over change in time, which is the speed, and the area is distance times time, so meters, seconds, and that's nothing useful. So that's how we look at that graph. And now the graph shows the variation in time of the displacement of a body moving along a straight line. All right, so it's moving along a straight line, which represents the variation with velocity v of this body. So we need to do a second Oizerga for all of these. So origin, they're all 0, 0. The y-axes are all velocity. X-axes are all time. The intercepts are varied. What we can read from the graph is velocity time. The slope is delta v over delta t, which is the acceleration, and v times delta t, which is the displacement. So which graph represents the variation of the velocity of this body? So I'm going to we're going to start out by just looking at what the value of the velocity is at the beginning. So we go back to our distance time graph, and velocity is the slope. So at the beginning, there is this slope. The slope is positive, and it's constant at the beginning. It's some positive number that's constant. So if we look at this first choice, A, it starts at 0. That's not true. We look at choice B, and we have a positive, and it remains constant, so it could be B. We look at choice C, and it says the velocity is 0 at time 0. And choice D also says the velocity is 0 at time 0. So simply by identifying what that velocity value is at the outset allows us to choose the answer correctly. Now let's see what happens. The slope is positive and constant, and then the slope becomes 0. So when we go to this period of time, this time t, the velocity, which was a positive number, drops to 0, which is exactly what we'd expect, and that is why the correct answer is choice B.